Well, I'm here at the Cajon Pass off of Highway 15, which 15, it goes all the way down to San Diego, and it goes all the way up here just past the Cajon Pass, and you can merge onto the 395, which the 395 goes all the way up to Canada. It goes into Nevada, back into California, and into Nevada again, into Oregon, goes through Oregon, up into Washington State, all the way to Canada. The Highway 15 is a new highway that began in the late 1970s into the 80s. It's actually old 395. And here at the Cajon Pass, I'm at a new spot that I'm scouting out, and we just caught the beginning of a train. There's at least 3 train tracks. Some are coming from the east, which goes east and west, so that's one set, and the other set goes to north and south. I haven't actually navigated all of the railroad tracks down there, and sometimes you can catch 3 to 4 trains, so there's more than 3 sets of tracks, obviously. 3 to 4 trains all in the same location. This is like a junction in Southern California. But if we continue going north, you can see the freeway way up yonder, vehicles. As I'm panning north right now. Now I'm panning south. But if you go up, probably, I'm guessing another 30-40 miles, you'll run into the 395, and that'll take you into what is called the high desert, the Mojave Desert. Right here at the Cajon Pass, it's part of what we call the Inland Empire. There's a city called Ontario, Lake Elsinore, Wildomar. You go further east, you get into Hemet, the city of San Bernardino. It's a very fascinating area right here. At the Cajon Pass, we have sandstone formations such as what we see right here. And this is a very small formation of sandstone, which is as hard as rock. You could get a hammer and dig holes. And at first, when I first started coming here, never really spent too much time each time, just exploring these holes. I thought that they were probably dug by the Native Americans, but actually there are boulders in some areas of those still. And you've seen those rock climbing constructions that people build, and you tie yourself to a harness and you climb up, and you got the rocks embedded into the construction. If you go up here, you'll see it's totally covered with little rocks. And where that train is passing through, you see the street right down there. So across the street there's a much longer formation similar to this and taller. There are actually boulders and lots of big rocks, hand-sized rocks or bigger. And through time and weather, the rocks actually end up falling out of those holes. So I'm gonna go over there. I've been meaning to come up this road. It's a very interesting area because you see this whole area. It's the type of vegetation that is on fire right now throughout Southern California. And you can tell by the sky, that's not fog or overcast, it's smoke. Literally all of Southern California is covered in smoke. And I drove up here roughly 90 miles, give or take, from North San Diego County. We call it North County. All the way from North San Diego County all the way to the Mexican border, and even past Mexico, it's all smoke. And then all the way up here. When I passed through Lake Elsinore, which is off of the 15, and it actually goes quite a few miles inland towards the city of Hemet, I smelled burnt rubber, paint, all the smells that come with fires. And actually I could smell it right here also, faintly. But I had to put in that circulate air in my car while I was driving, just to get rid of that smell. There's my car right there, nice shot. My new wheels, the cheapest ones available, and they're actually pretty nice. And I like the name of them. They're called Cross Rhythm. Cross Rhythm. No, Cross Vision. Pretty neat. So about this road that I was finally able, this Sunday right now, it's roughly 11 a.m. I believe it's the 13th. Finally came up this road, and I went up about 9 miles. Maybe, well, it seemed like it because it was winding roads. You see all this brush, chaparral, sagebrush, manzanita, all kinds of brush. And you go up a few miles this direction, which is back south again, the elevation gets higher and higher, and now all of a sudden there's these patches of pine trees, which is neat. And they're spread so far apart, you can see sticks of trees. There were fires at one time up there. And then all of a sudden you come into maybe a few lots where people have old wooden houses, motor homes parked, but just a few patches of property, private property. And then all of a sudden you get into this one area, which is a long stretch, which is where I turned around because I didn't want to keep going higher because I need new rotors in my tires going downhill, or especially fast freeway speeds. The wheels vibrate when I use the brake, so I got to change those rotors. And I'm glad I turned around. I had to drive down in first gear. It's just 2 low gears, first gear, and then the lowest is low gear. But I made it back down here again. But there was a whole stretch of old houses, country houses, and a lot of banners in people's property that says Trump 2020 and all that. We have a lot of rural and country area here, ranches, horse ranches here in Southern California. You wouldn't really think about it, but we really do. It's a country lifestyle as well as urban lifestyle. So I thought it was pretty fascinating. It almost looked like a miniature version of Big Bear, you know, a ski town. And so that was pretty neat to see that. It's called Lone Pine Valley Road. So evidently there's a little town over there called Lone Pine. There's a couple of Lone Pines. If you go off of 395 heading north towards Mammoth, there's a Lone Pine. So I've been up there all the way forward, right around there, and I didn't make it to the top the several times that I've been there, but I'm very tempted to go up here, which is a real easy walk. It's not a climb. There's a ranger station just around the bend over there, but up there on that, it's a climb and a walk. And I've found that the best way to that would be from the bottom on the side, right around that bend, as you turn around that. But that would be like you're using your hands to keep steady while you're climbing. And because of the elevation here, we're at about the 4,000 foot level. And because of the elevation here and the top of those, it looks like those are not too far below what's actually over there. So just to keep it easy, it's probably 80 degrees right now, but it feels pretty good because it was in the hundreds and even the teens. The 100 teens, 113 and above in San Diego last week. So I'm going to walk up here. You see that trail? I think I'll go right up to that saddle right there. That's where I'll go up to. Or I could go up that way. Might be a good idea just to go up that way. You get to the same elevation, a little higher. So instead of putting this on pause, because if I put it on pause and when the screen blacks out and I go back to it, I have to start again all over instead of unpausing it. Times like this, I should think ahead of time and set the screen in the settings to where it doesn't blank out. I think it's probably got like a 30-second blank out limit. Unless you have the video going and you're actually moving the phone. But if the phone is still, actually it doesn't black out as long as you have the video going. It's a pretty neat little area there. That'll go to where I'll have to literally climb. It's been a rough several weeks, and a godsend was last Monday, which was